Morning. What we're going to do today is fit an outside tap at my dad's place. Reason for that is recently we changed the setup with the pump, did a video on it, to use the old septic tank to water the flowers and moved it to the other side of the house. But what we want to do now is put a tap which provides tap water, which is drinkable. You can use it to wash the cars, that kind of thing, but on the other side of the house. So you've got two options there if we need it. Now, I've been to the shop and got some things that we're only going to need to make a nice neat job of it. So we've got just a normal garden tap, and then we've got one of these. So you can see by the picture it sits behind the tap, and then you can screw it into the wall to give a nice secure fixing, so there's no pressure put on the fittings. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. We'll tee into a pipe. There'll be a valve there, piece of pipe going up to an elbow, into the wall, through the wall to this female socket, which then screws onto that, and then once that's done, this screws into that. Right, so this is the side of the extension I built. So on the other side of there is the hot water cylinder and all that kind of stuff, so I don't think there'll be any problems in connecting a pipe on. Roughly somewhere there. Good a place as any. So with this concrete block, you're going to need a SDS drill. That's not far off, is it? It's not far off at all. Okay, so we just drilled a hole in the wall, and the next thing we're going to do is assemble all the outside tap parts with the PTFE tape, and the reason we do that is it's easier to do that off the wall, on the bench, or in your car, or in the back of the car, or wherever. Okay, so we're going to use some PTFE tape to make the joints up on this. This is actually from England, but you can buy exactly the same stuff here. First thing we're going to do is attach this tap to this back plate. The only tip I can give you is if you can screw this into that by hand and you don't need spanners, it's probably not tight enough. Yeah, I also wrap it on so that when you screw into the thread, it doesn't unravel the PTFE tape. It's interesting as well, on your back plate there, the holes to fix it, and just make sure you don't have this behind the tap, or this behind the tap or underneath here, because you can't get a screwdriver in. So I just make sure that they're slightly offset. So same again, same method. This time we go on to this bit here. So you're probably asking why do we use this instead of just having a pipe come out the wall up and into the tap? Well, it's all to do with freezing, really. Most of this tap in the winter will be inside the wall, so it's unlikely to freeze. The bits that freeze on the outside taps, sometimes this tap freezes, but a lot of time it's the copper elbow that goes into the wall underneath. And anyway, it's going to look a lot neater. Right, here we go. We've got 16mm PEX pipe, and that fits in here. just like that. And then we crimp that with a special tool. And there we have it. So this is actually 2 pieces. You buy this separately from this, and then you have to buy a pack of washers. So it's good to have some of these in stock. And then we'll have it switched off for now. So once it gets to the fittings up, that fitting won't fit in that hole. So all we've got to do is just on this render and a concrete block is just open up, so this will go flat back flush against the wall. Perfect. So we'll just look at this. Yeah, it looks nice. We'll just mark the holes for our fixings, drill those in, and that's the outside lot done. Okay, so that's our outside tap all fixed in. Let's go and do the plumbing. Right, okay, so we want to connect this to that blue pipe down there. That's obviously under pressure. So we'll isolate it. Fortunately, some clever chap put a stop valve there. However, this is still under pressure. So the best way to do that is find the lowest point with a tap. In our case, it's probably the bidet, and allow the cold water to run until it stops in the bidet. So 2 markings, one there, one there. So I'll mark that up, and that one. Hopefully the water that comes out of the pipe is not more than I can fit in this bowl. But anyhow, you never know. Great, nothing about that. So those are our 2 marks. So once we get this fired in, like that, get that crimped up and we're safe. So I'll put the top one on first because it's going to be the hardest to do. Putting on here. First thing we want to do is repressurize the system, but leave that red lever off just to make sure that the two crimps on the right and the left there are okay. Turn this on. Let's inspect these. Yeah, seems good. All right, let's turn this. Pressurize the tap. Alright, so we're looking for any water here or here. In time I'll check this in about a week's time and see if there's any damp showing here, and I'll see if there's a problem with the joints inside, but the pressure of the water is, I would expect that to start discolouring now if there's any major leak or drips. So let's turn it on, make sure it works. That was just a straightforward if you need to fit an outside tap. Now that went into the bathroom, but you could do exactly the same if it went into under the sink, which is more likely, I would think. Just drill a hole through, connect the pipe on, and always have an isolating tap on the inside for winter though, I think is the main thing. Anyway, I will see you on the next one.